Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into something absolutely fascinating. We're breaking down how a retired soccer star went from, just cashing standard endorsement checks to building a staggering, totally diversified mega empire. Usually, when we think of athletes, we assume their prime playing years are their peak earning years, right? Well, David Beckham completely flipped that script. And honestly, his playbook holds a massive lesson in leverage and ownership for anyone who's looking to build real, lasting wealth. Okay, let's look at this massive number right here, $1 billion. That represents David Beckham's estimated net worth today. Just let that sink in for a second. He is unimaginably richer right now in retirement than he ever was during his playing days, even when he was starring for powerhouse clubs like Manchester United and Real Madrid. I mean, sure, he earned over $500 million during his playing career, which is incredible, but hitting the billion-dollar mark, that's just a whole new stratosphere. And it puts him in some incredibly exclusive company. He's actually one of only 7 living professional athletes to ever hit this billionaire milestone. You've got the legends, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Roger Federer, the retired Romanian tennis ace Ion Tiriac, and now, David Beckham. But here's the thing, being on this list, it's not just about being great at your sport. It is about fundamentally rewriting the sports business playbook. And the exact way Beckham pulled this off is, quite frankly, an absolute masterclass in leverage and vision. Section 1. The master stroke, from player to owner. So to understand how he got here, we really have to rewind back to 2007. The true catalyst for all this wealth wasn't just kicking a football. It was his big move to the United States. Instead of taking a standard deal, a huge fixed salary and just cashing guaranteed endorsement checks, Beckham trusted his gut. He went to what was, at the time, a floundering second-tier league for $6.5 million a year. But he demanded an unprecedented cut of team sponsorships and merchandise. And the absolute kicker? He got an option to eventually buy his own MLS expansion team for a fixed price of $25 million once he retired. He was essentially betting the house on the future of soccer in America. Section 2. Owning the Beckham brand. Now, let's look at how Beckham took that exact same mindset of equity and applied it directly to his own name. To do this, he really needed absolute control. Back in 2003, he was looking to evolve beyond standard endorsements, so he signed with the famed British talent manager Simon Fuller. But, as Beckham's ambitions grew over the years, he realized he had to step up from just being a spokesperson to actually controlling his own destiny. So in 2019, he makes an incredibly bold move. He actually bought out Fuller's 33% interest in his personal brand business for a cool $50 million. He wanted to own his world outright. And once he had that full control, he perfectly set the stage for a massive global scaling partnership with Authentic Brands Group. In 2022, he struck this monumental deal with Authentic Brands Group. They're a licensing titan that manages legendary names like Marilyn Monroe and Shaquille O'Neal. Beckham sold a 55% stake for $250 million in cash and stock. But here is the genius part. He smartly retained a 45% equity stake and kept creative control. This meant he got access to a global marketing juggernaut and a huge pile of upfront capital while still capturing the massive financial upside as the company grows. And boy, did it grow. His stake in Authentic has already seen a massive, massive return. This quote from Jamie Salter, the CEO of Authentic, really hits the nail on the head. He says, "David is very particular about his brand. When you're high-end focused, you have to be meticulous about everything. And that meticulous focus? Well, it helped Beckham's personal business revenue hit $100 million in 2025 alone. He's taking this carefully crafted aura and leveraging it into incredible new ventures. For example, there's IM8, which is an anti-aging and holistic health supplement brand that's actually projected to hit $200 million in revenue. Plus, his production firm, Studio 99, even won an Emmy for their hit Netflix docuseries. So he isn't just slapping his name on products for a quick buck. He is actively building and operating real high-end businesses. Section 3. The Miami Miracle. Now, as lucrative as his personal brand is, the absolute biggest chunk of his billion-dollar fortune actually stems from that 2007 masterstroke we talked about earlier, Inter Miami. But look at this timeline. Bringing an expansion team to Miami was definitely no overnight success. It was more like a grueling 12-year roller coaster. He exercised his option back in 2014, but then he had to battle 3 failed stadium plans, deep community opposition, literally arsenic-contaminated land, and just endless political and legal hurdles. At one point, he was actually down $39 million on the project. The MLS even tried to buy the option back from him for $50 million, but Beckham flatly refused. Eventually, he partnered with billionaire brothers Jorge and Jose Mas, finally won a crucial public vote in 2018 for a new stadium complex, and brought the team to life. And then, in 2023, he pulled off the ultimate coup. He signed Lionel Messi. His relentless pursuit over 4 whole years, which, by the way, included secret meetings in Barcelona, finally paid off. He managed to convince the greatest player on the planet to reject an unimaginable $400 million offer from Saudi Arabia and join Miami instead. How on earth did he do that? Well, he basically used the exact same blueprint he used for himself in 2007. He offered Messi a $50 to $60 million guarantee deal, but sweetened the pot with unprecedented revenue-sharing agreements with MLS sponsors Apple and Adidas. And let me tell you, this single signing sparked a massive financial explosion for the club. You can literally see the explosive financial impact right here. Pre-Messi, Inter Miami was pulling in under $70 million in revenue. Post-Messi, club revenue skyrocketed to a staggering $250 million practically overnight. This huge jump came through turbocharged ticket sales, incredibly lucrative global tours, and just a massive influx of premium sponsors. Beckham, the owner, knew exactly what Beckham, the player, would have wanted, and it paid off exponentially. Thanks to this crazy massive growth, plus a brand new, privately funded $350 million stadium, Inter Miami's valuation has absolutely exploded. The team is now the most valuable in all of Major League Soccer, sitting at an estimated $1.35 billion. Remember that $25 million expansion option he negotiated way back in 2007? Well, today, Beckham's 26% stake in Inter Miami alone is worth over $300 million. That is a return on investment that most Wall Street hedge funds can literally only dream of. Section 4. Building a lasting legacy. So what's the actual engine driving all these staggering boardroom numbers? It's really his deep, working-class roots in London's East End. As his wife of 26 years, Victoria Beckham, rightly points out, some footballers can just get out of bed and do it. David had to work hard at football. He's had to work hard at business. His success absolutely wasn't just handed to him. He inherited this relentless, grinding work ethic directly from his parents. His dad was a gas oven repairman working from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., and his mom was a hairdresser working out of their home until 11 at night, all while raising a family. He watched that incredible hustle every single day growing up, and he brought that exact same relentless energy from the training pitch straight into the boardroom. Ultimately, his transition from the pitch to the owner's box was never purely about just stacking up money. It was deeply personal. It was about building a permanent, undeniable legacy. Just listen to what Beckham himself says here. I want my family to walk into that stadium and know that Daddy built it. I want to leave something behind when I'm no longer here. And I think that's the ultimate takeaway for all of us, right? True legacy isn't built by just wrenching out your time or your name. It is built through ownership and equity. Everything he's built, from the massive brand empire to the billion-dollar football club, is really about creating an enduring foundation for his kids and the generations that follow. As we wrap up this explainer, it really leaves us wondering about the future of sports business. David Beckham has set this flawless new blueprint, completely proving that true generational wealth comes from demanding equity over mere endorsements and ownership over just participating. With this incredible roadmap now clearly laid out for everyone to see, who's going to be the next athlete to successfully trade their shorts for a suit, leverage their global brand, and crack into that highly exclusive billionaire club? It's going to be absolutely fascinating to watch. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I will see you next time.